Also, we want to thank you guys for helping us get to our 1,000 followers, right? You know, if you have a bell or a cow bell or lights, fireworks to go off in the edits later on, we're going to do. What's up, gold miners?
I'm Maya.
And I'm Zay.
And welcome to our channel,
Dodson
Dynasty. Alright, y'all, so I know for the last two videos, I wasn't in them. I know y'all could hear me, but y'all couldn't see me. And it's because I had went to the dentist that morning, and we already had planned on filming that day, but I didn't think that I still was going to look crazy, and I did. Personally, that's how I felt. So I was like, well, instead of us wasting this content, I'm just going to crop myself out and then just... you're just gonna kind of hear me in the background, and Zay was doing majority of the talking. Anyway.
She felt like she was looking crazy, so she didn't
I was, because you know how like you be numb still? I was still numb, and we had already planned for us to do content that day, and after looking at the video, we weren't gonna just not use it, and he didn't want to refilm by himself, so we just cropped me out, and you could just hear me in the background. But yeah, so we're back, and today we're going to be talking about field inspections again, but we're going to be comparing residential versus commercial. So yeah. Okay,
so like we already told you guys, this video is going to be about field inspector work and the difference between the three different avenues that I was using. So one being residential, the next being vehicle, and the next being commercial. Now, starting off with the residential properties, that's what I've been doing primarily. And with the residential properties, it's fairly simple and easy with the companies that I'm working with. It's more so of letter delivery for different lenders or people that's trying to get in touch with someone that is at a particular property, whether it's regarding to their vehicle, just trying to verify if it's on the property or not, as well as a property of a home, and just taking pictures without trespassing on the customer's property, right? And the next would be the vehicle inspections. Now, vehicle inspections, those are really, really simple. A lot of the times I would either have to call in just to see if the vehicle is still there and make an appointment, or some of the bigger lots I could just pop up there. Now, the problem with that is sometimes you don't know if the vehicle is there or not. So it's best to just go ahead and call ahead of time just to make sure it is there, so you're not making a wasted trip. And last but not least, but at least for me, is commercial. Now, I told y'all in videos prior to this one that I was going to give you guys some content on letting you know how the commercial side of things go with the field inspections. Me personally, I'm not too fond of it just because I'm very, very key and adamant about my time. And it seemed like with the commercial inspections, it required a whole lot of my time, and I wasn't able to do a lot of them from my phone while I'm out in the field. And that's one of the things that I hated about insurance work, because I wasn't always able to do things from the vehicle or from my car when I finish my inspection so I can complete my report. I have to wait until I get back to my house. That being said, with the residential properties in comparison to commercial, the user friendliness of the platform is super simple and easy. There was a bit of a learning curve in the beginning to see how I want to execute my delivery when it comes to dropping off my letters and getting in touch with customers for these different platforms. But it was real simple and easy when it came to finishing the reports. I'm all about efficiency and finishing it in a timely manner, right? And you guys probably hear me say that a lot on this channel. Timely fashion, timely manner. I'm all about time, and that's what I'm trying to give back to myself, my wife, my family, and I'm pretty sure that's why you guys are here trying to watch our video today. Now, with the vehicle inspection, those are really simple and easy. Like I said, once you get ready to call them up and see if they have the vehicle or not, they just want a 4-point picture of the vehicle, just like you would if you had access to the entire property of a house. So it's going to be the front, the sides, and the back. And any damages that you see, you want to make sure you take a notation and a specific picture illustrating that outline of the vehicle. So you want to make sure that you have all 4 corners of the vehicle, or 4 sides of the vehicle, as well as any damages documented, and the odometer, because you want to make sure that the mileage is correct, as well as the VIN number. Now, in that order, sometimes you might not have the accessibility to get inside the vehicle to see the odometer, but in that event, you just go ahead and document it that the inside was inaccessible. Now, going forward, I would say the very first picture when you're doing a vehicle inspection should be always the VIN number, because you don't want to get out there to a property or to a vehicle lot and see a vehicle that fits the description but is not the proper vehicle. I haven't done that, but I'm pretty sure that there are some people out there that aren't paying attention that have done something similar to that. Now, going back to the commercial.
So I would say the commercial is not that bad. As far as money-wise, the commercial, you are going to get paid a lot more. I would say, like, for a residential property, the lowest that he's gotten paid for a residential property is $6, but it's right down the street from the house. And then the highest for residential, I would say, is about like $50, $60 for a residential, just because it was a little bit further out. Now, for the commercial ones, they were on the higher end, like close to about like 100. That was like the highest one, but averaging usually about $75, $80. And I mean, of course, that's good, pretty good for, you're thinking that all you have to do is take pictures, but no, like the reports that they want are very in depth. And so if you don't mind doing that and you don't mind delegating your time to that, then, you know, of course, that's for you. Go for it.
I would say in total for a commercial inspection, with the interviewing process with a commercial property, it's a lot more in depth, like she was saying, as far as being able to, as far as the interviewing process with the commercial properties, it's a lot more in depth and it takes a little bit more time. And collectively, I would say in total, you're probably looking at about 2.5 to 3 hours, maybe. Just because the interviewing process doesn't really take that long, but it's the getting a hold of the person, making sure that the contact information is correct, tracking down some of these people for some of the platforms that we're working with, just because their contact info might not be the best. And for one particular company that I work with, I've seen or noticed that some of the leads were recycled for us to do the field inspections, and they kept trying to pass them off to someone else. And I'm like,
so
well,
they're just going around and around of somebody who you can't get in contact with. Yeah, so I didn't feel like that was for me, per se, just because you weren't trying to really be an appointment setter. And I help with majority of all the back end work, but I still am a notary. So it's just a lot as far as time-wise. Dealing with some of the commercial ones. Now, I mean, we're not saying that we are not open to maybe working with a few other companies. Maybe theirs won't be as in-depth, but for a couple of the companies that we have done, the commercial ones, they've all been in-depth. A lot of questions, a lot of time, and comparing that to doing your notary work, your notary, you're still gonna get paid more. And as far as your time, really it's just mainly that hour or 40-45 minutes that you are with the bar, and you're pretty much done besides dropping off your docs. I know there's some people who like to prep and do all that kind of stuff, but I think we're kind of past the prepping. Yeah, so it doesn't really take as much time versus this. It's just a lot. And then some of them, didn't you have to sketch?
Yeah, so some of them I also had to sketch, which I was familiar with dealing with the insurance field of things, but the platform that they use for the sketch pad, it didn't work properly either. So they were referring me to another app to use instead of the app that they initially told me about. And from there I was just like, you know, it's a lot of learning curves that I'm dealing with at this time. And I have a flow of the things that I'm used to already, so I'm just gonna put a halt on accepting any of the commercial properties at this time going forward. Now, if there are any companies going forward in the future that have less criteria for their in-depth interviewing process, I'm all for it. But until then, I'm just gonna stick to my letter drop-offs and my notary work, and I'm gonna just call it a DAY.
Yeah. Pretty much it for this video. We just wanted to give y'all a comparison between residential and commercial, and then because he did do some of the vehicle inspections, which he's done a lot now. I mean, it's been about a month or a month and a half since he's been doing the residential, and now adding in the vehicle.
So, I mean, I think a perfect flow, you know, is gonna be the vehicle inspection, the residential inspections, and notary with title and signing services going forward. That's gonna jam-pack my day. There are some other things that I'm interested in getting into just because we're approaching the new year. And also, we want to thank you guys for helping us get to our 1,000 followers, right? You know, if we have a bill or a cow bill or lights, fireworks to go off in the edits later on, we're gonna see what we do. But in the meantime, we do appreciate you guys for following us on this journey and just believing in us, you know. We look forward to giving you guys more content to come, as well as other and additional things that can help you generate money as a side income or as a full-time income.
And we are also going to be doing a giveaway.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. We'll probably talk about it in the next video as far as the criteria of entering to the giveaway, But
in the meantime, we do appreciate you guys for following us on this journey and just believing in us, you know. We look forward to giving you guys more content to come, as well as other and additional things that can help you generate money as a side income or as a full-time income.
And we are also going to be doing a giveaway.
Yes.
So stay tuned for that. We'll probably talk about it in the next video as far as the criteria of entering to the giveaway, but we definitely want to do a giveaway for reaching the 1K. So, yeah.
All right, Gold Miners, so that is it for this video. I don't think I have anything else. What about you, babe?
No, that's it.
All right, great. So going forward, we just want you guys to share our video, like this video, as well as if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that notification button and turn it on for our next videos to come. So we appreciate you guys. Dodson Dynasty is out.
All right, we'll see you on the next video.
Oh, and don't forget, Gold Miners, mind that business.
All right, y'all. See you on the next video. Peace.
Like you, this ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do, because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby.